Hello everybody, I'm Doug. Welcome to the Auditory Vinyl. This is yet another episode in my series A to Z record labels, and this is episode O. And I will just get right to it. Old Town Records started in New York City in 1953. They lasted till 1966, mostly R&B and doo-wop. They didn't get their first hit till 58. We Belong Together, Robert and Johnny. And they had other artists, Billy Bland, the Solitaires, the Capris, the Earls, and the Fiestas was So Fine. And there is the label. And the other side is Last Night I Dreamed. And then in 1966 it was sold to Atlantic Records, and they've done some reissues off and on throughout the years, but Old Town is no more. Ode, O-D-E, started in 1967 by Lou Adler. He had sold Dunhill to ABC and then started this label, and it had bounced around from CBS to A&M and ended up with Polydor owning them in '89. Cheech and Chong, Scott McKenzie, and Spirit, some of the band's artists that were on Ode, along with Carole King. And this is her writer release, 1970. This was right before Tapestry. And is that upside down? Yep. There is the Ode label. I think later there was some color variations other than just the white and gray. Olivia Records started in 1973 by some women. It was exclusively for women, and especially lesbian women. Lasted 20 years. They put out a lot of stuff. It was one of the best-selling independent labels, or one of the most successful independent labels. Meg Christian and Chris Williamson were two of the best-selling artists on the labels. In 1985, Melissa Etheridge sent them a demo, and they rejected it because they thought it was too much rock and roll or whatever. Because this is mostly, here's the label. This is mostly all just folk, indie Americana type stuff. So, yeah. I told Melissa no, and later there's a documentary out there that she had saved that rejection letter, and she shows it. I think she ended up signing with, I'm not going to say because I guess I don't really know, but she signed with a bigger label, and obviously huge success. But she shows that rejection letter in the documentary and says something to the effect of that she's glad she didn't get signed with them because she probably wouldn't be as successful as she was with her label that she did end up signing with. In '88, they lack of sales and stuff. They switched the business over to a social venturing travel group or agency or something like that. I don't know. There is a new Olivia label out there that is not associated with that one at all, but moving on. Ovation record label, independent label out of Illinois, started in 1969 by Dick Shorey. He was with RCA, and he is one of the guys that helped develop the whole Dyna Groove thing that you've seen a lot of on the RCA labels. In the 70s, this country duo, the Kendalls, they had a huge, well, they've had lots of huge hits, but their biggest one was Heaven's Just a Sin Away. And they even show the Ovation there. But it was so big that even though the label was trying to concentrate on pop and rock, that they couldn't help the success, and so they ended up doing a lot of country artists. Again, there's the label. They did a lot of experimenting with quadraphonic and the whole E4 or EV, stereo 4, all that stuff. They also had Bonnie Colac, Tantrum, even Judas Priest. Their album Sad Wings of Destiny was on this Ovation label, which I do not have, but we'll be on the lookout for that one. This next label, I've said that these smaller labels, it's hard to find information on. This one I found zero. And the only reason I'm showing it is because I don't think it had any other O labels at all, I think. Anyway, so from the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, this is Reactor. They're kind of it's from 1980, but it sounds like it's from the 70s. Kind of got that, but here's the, and there it also shows Bill Swan Publishing. Yeah, I looked that up, and all I get is a sports reporter and a kid's story writer or something like that. But yeah, Official Records. Again, this band is it sounds like kind of that psych rock from the 70s, but they're out of the 80s. Yeah, recorded at for Official Records in Summertown, Tennessee. So that's all I got. Pretty decent record, though. I think it was a blind buy a while back. All right, that's it for letter O. There will be a lot of P's to choose from, I'm sure. Until then, enjoy the music.